We've been coming out here speaking to our people, but for the most part, you know, a lot of our people haven't been listening. So now they are listening because they see what's going on right now with Kanye West. They see what's going on with Kyrie Irving and seeing how they're getting publicly ridiculed in front of everybody. You understand? For just saying what is true. Now we see right now that it's a war on the truth. Right. You understand, Hosea 4:1? It's a war on the truth. And we need to understand what's going on, because right now it's showing you they don't care if we say that we Africans, because there ain't no truth in that. They don't care if we say we come from the original man in Egypt. Right. They don't care about that. But the minute you say that you a Jew, the real ethnic Jew, you get canceled. Right. Ask Kanye West. He got cut down from a billionaire, which shows you that money means nothing in America. You just have the illusion of that a black man has power. A black man can have money, he can have jewelry, he can have houses, long as he don't get out of line and say the wrong thing. And what's the wrong thing? Saying that the blacks are the Israelites. That's the wrong thing to say. That's the thing that could get you canceled. And a lot of black people are mad about what happened to Kyrie Irving. A lot of black people are mad about what happened to Kanye West. But how mad are you? Are you mad to give up stinking Halloween? Are you mad to not go out and celebrate Thanksgiving that's coming at the end of the month? Does it make you that mad to do that? Does it make you mad enough to not celebrate Christmas? To separate yourself from America? That's the kind of man you should be. If you're mad about what happened to Kanye West and what's going on with Kyrie Irving and countless other black men who have been cut down by this oppressive system called America. Right. Are you mad? Are you mad enough to put down the weed? Are you mad enough to stop fighting your brothers and your sisters, man? Right. Are you mad enough to do that? If you're not mad at any of that, then the Bible says that you're a fool. You understand what I'm saying? Let's get it. Let me get Hosea 4:1.
Hosea chapter 4 verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel.
Who?
Ye children of Israel. For the Lord have had a controversy with the inhabitants of the land.
Right, the Lord has a controversy, man. The Lord has an issue with the land, man. The Lord has an issue. You can pass it off to the brother. You can pass it off to the brother, Zerabakar, the phone. You know what I mean? Free up your hand or whatever. But the Lord has a controversy with America, man. The Lord has a controversy with black people, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You understand? Read on.
Because there is no truth.
There is what?
Because there is no truth.
And we see that there is no truth in this earth. The pastors that's over top of black people don't have any truth. They don't have no truth. Let me get it. I think that's better. They don't have any truth. They're not teaching us nothing. This is why they would rather us stay not having the truth. You understand what I'm saying? Because there is no truth, and the Lord has a problem with that. The Lord has a problem with the fact that the people that's over top of us don't teach us none of the truth. And you still have these Pan-African groups still out here trying to continue to not teach us the truth.
Right.
Right? Read on.
Because there is no truth nor mercy.
No what?
No mercy.
There ain't no mercy. We don't got no mercy for each other. Take off didn't get no mercy.
Right.
We living in a time where the black man don't give another black man mercy.
Right.
We seen what happened to Takeoff. They killed Takeoff. Over what? An argument. We haven't got to the point where we can talk about our issues and it don't have to go to violence all the damn time. Takeoff was a millionaire. Right. He was a rap star, a superstar, and he died the same way niggas die in the ghetto every day. Right. In a nice establishment in Houston. The same way FBD Duck died. You know what I'm saying? In Chicago downtown, the downtown district. So we're seeing that no matter how high you get in America, you have the same death as a drug addict, man. Same death as a gangbanger in the street, man. You understand? Because we don't have mercy for each other. But we got mercy for everybody else. We got mercy for all these other nations around us. And we don't have none for each other. Read on.
there is no truth, no mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. But swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery.
Everything that keeps us destroyed, that's what's in the land. Everything that keeps us destroyed, that's around us today, man. That's what's in the land. And we have to definitely change that. Go ahead, read it one more time.
Hosea chapter 3 and verse 2. Chapter 4 and verse 2. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out.
They what?
They break out.
Keep going.
And blood toucheth blood. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish.
That's us, man. We shall languish. You know what it means to languish? To languish means to become weak, man. And we have became weak in America. That's why we see what's going on and know everybody sits back and don't have anything to do and say about it. Shaq got on there and called this brother an idiot. Charles Barkley, you know why Charles Barkley will never stand up and say anything right? Because he's married to a white woman. Charles Barkley is married to a white woman. What else do you think he was going to say?
Right.
Shaq is a 7-foot sellout. A 7-foot tall sellout. You understand what I'm saying? That's what the white man do. How they gonna cancel Kyrie Irving for posting a movie that's on Amazon? And guess what? You know why they're not gonna go after Jeff Bezos? You know why they're not gonna say nothing to him? Because Jeff Bezos is not a slave. Right. That's why they're not gonna say nothing to Jeff Bezos. Because he's not a slave. He's not black. That's why. You wanna know the truth? You're gonna get it up here today on this corner. Drop that. All right? Let me get Isaiah 9 and 16. And I want to bring some things out, man, before I go down, before I give it to the next brother. There's a few things I want to bring out. And one of those things I want to bring out is about the leadership, of course. Because the leadership is sitting back and they're not doing a damn thing. The Congressional Black Caucus ain't doing a damn thing. The Urban League, the NAACP, all of them are garbage. Right. They mean absolutely nothing. But for some reason, we keep on believing in them. We believe in the NAACP. We believe in the Urban League. And they ain't nothing but empty suits, man. Right. Telling us to vote for Doug Mastriano. I know y'all see it when y'all turn y'all YouTube on. Right. Telling you not to vote for this person or vote for that person. I seen a sister yesterday, she posted a video and said, #just voted. And she seemed like she was so happy. So happy that she done her civic duty. Not knowing that none of that matters. Right. How's a vote going to matter in a time where we're trying to convince white people that Black Lives Matter? Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. Matter of fact, let me show y'all about Black Lives Matter. Hold on, man. Hold on. Let me show you about Black Lives Matter. All right, I got it written down right here. All right? Y'all want look, and this is why I want everybody to pay attention. Pay attention to this right here. If y'all didn't know anything about Black Lives Matter, let me show y'all something about Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter, the founder name is Patrisse Cullors, right? What Patrisse Cullors did was she bought a mansion for $3 million. She bought the mansion for $3 million and then sold it to the organization for $6 million. Right. Right? So she doubled up by paying herself. It was a double sale. She purchased it and then sold it to the organization. So that was a way that she was able to use $3 million and make $3 million off of the organization. She also gave $840,000 to her brother Paul Cullors, right? And to do security for her and Black Lives Matter. $840,000. You understand? And she gave another $970,000 to her brother to start a company called Trap House LLC. Trap Hills LLC, and they're responsible for the entertainment part. You know, to get Jay-Z to come, you know, to get Lil Baby to sing, you know what I mean, get Chris Brown to come sing, rather. You understand? Now this is all the money that we give to Black Lives Matter. This is the money, this is the donors who think that it's about changing something, about changing the police brutality and how it pertains to black people and Hispanics. But we just see right now where this money is going. And also, she spent another $8 million. Guess what she spent this $8 million for Black Lives Matter? She sent $8 million up to Toronto, right, for an organization in Toronto called MB4J. And MB4J, they bought a $6.3 million building. It's 10,000 square feet in Toronto. And guess who owns this organization? The leader of Black Lives Matter? Her wife. Her wife got this, right? So she gave $8 million to her wife. You know what else Black Lives Matter spent the money on? They spent $200,000 to the Transgender Justice Project. They spent another $200,000 to the Transgender United Fund. They spent another $200,000 to the Transgender Law Center. They spent another $200,000 to the Black Transgender Media. They spent another $200,000 to the Transgender Variant and Intersex Justice Project. They spent another $200,000 on the Transgender District. It's a district where it's gonna be all transgender people, right? Y'all wanna know where else the money going that you sending to Black Lives Matter? I'm gonna keep on reading. They spent another $200,000 to the St. James Infirmary. And this infirmary is operated by sex workers, peep show workers, phone sex operators, BDSM workers, and webcam performers. And also, they created the transgender, these are also the people who created the Transgender District. Y'all hear what Black Lives Matter is doing with the money? Hold on, let me show you some more. Hold on, don't go nowhere. Another $200,000 to the Center for the Halstead Chicago Community Center, dedicated to securing health and well-being of lesbian, gay, transgender, and queer people of Chicago. That ain't it. They spent another $200,000 on the Audrey Lorde Project, and this is geared to help lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, and non-conforming people of color. She spent another $400,000 on the transgender advocates. It's called Knowledgeable and Empowering, and the organization is called TAKE. She spent another $200,000. She spent another $200,000 to the Transgender United Fund. She spent another $200,000 on the House of Tulip that provides a zero-barrier housing for trans people and non-conforming people and queer people and bisexual people. She spent another $200,000 on the Griffin Gracie Retreat Educational Center, the House of Gigi, which is services and resources that positively impact trans questioning, right? Trans questioning and trans confirming and non-conforming people. Now, all this $8 million that was donated to Black Lives Matter, is any of this got to do with the advancement of black people? Absolutely not. Now we see where your money going. Right. Read that scripture one more time.
Isaiah
9:16.
Isaiah chapter 9 verse 16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err.
The leaders of this people cause them to err. That's why everything is allowed to happen to us. Because the leadership that's in power, they're no good for black people. No good for Hispanics and Native Indians. At all. You get my point? She took $8 million. She could have bought land. She could have created businesses. She did create businesses for her family. She could have created things that would stop the police from killing black people that are unarmed. But she didn't do it. All they care about is the transgender rights, man. All they care about is lesbian, bisexual, and gay rights. That's the new black movement, black man. That's the new black movement. You want to know what the new black movement is? It's the LGBT movement. Right. And black women, y'all need to stop supporting the LGBT. Because all they trying to do is get you out the way. We see what's going on, man. Black man, you the real Jew, man.
That's right. Yes, right.
We don't need you to throw your fist up, the black fist, man. We need you to get over here with us. We need you to do some work. We don't need you to, pick out the afro. We don't need you to do that. We need you to do some work. Because the so-called Jewish man, he out there doing work. And we watching him do work right now. He doing work right now. And he cutting everybody down who act like they want to be a Jew. Think you gonna go in there with a tassel on your shirt. Think you gonna go in there, matter of fact, a celebrity can't even screenshot a tassel.
Right.
He can't even screenshot a tassel and then he'll be in fear of without being in fear of getting shut down. You understand? Like, read it one more time.
Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 16. For the leaders of this people caused them to err.
They what?
Caused them to err.
Let me get Ezekiel 16 and 26. The leaders of our people, they cause us to err. Because we don't have no leadership. The truth is, yeah, man, the blacks are the real Jews.
Right.
That's it. Black people are the real Jews. And the Jewish people, they don't want that secret to come out because they know black people will be in power again. And every nation on this earth, they want us to be on the bottom. Every nation wants us to be on the bottom. You know what scares white people so much? Is because they think that when we get in power, we're going to do the same thing to them that they did to us. That's what they know. That's one of the things that they're afraid of. Right? And that's why in a lot of these nations, they fight to keep us in the same servile position we've always been in. Read it Ezekiel 16 and what's that, 25?
26.
26, you got it.
Ezekiel chapter 16 and verse 26.
I'm going to read this for you, sis. Come on, let's go.
Thou hast also committed fornication with the Egyptians,
Keep going.
thy neighbors, prey of flesh, and has increased thy whoredoms.
Right, so what the Lord is doing is he's equating the nation of Israel to a whore. And when we're in America and we're around these other nations, we act like whores to these other nations. We act like whores, and what the Lord is doing is he's equating us as a nation to a whore. Right? Read on.
And has increased thy whoredoms to provoke me to anger.
To what?
To provoke me to anger. Behold, therefore I have stretched out my hand over thee.
All right, what?
I have stretched out my hand over thee, and have diminished thy ordinary food, and delivered thee unto the will of them that hate thee.
Right, and we've been delivered to the will of the people that hate us. I asked a Mexican dude last night, what did he think about America locking up Mexican babies at the border? He said, well, I don't really care. Look at that. A Mexican that say he don't even care about his own people at the damn border, man. And Captain Ariana said, well, this was a total waste of time talking to him. You get my point? Like, we have become weak in America. And we have become, like the Lord said, we became whores for these other nations. These nations love us because we bow down to them. And we allow ourselves to be walked over. That's why they love us. They don't love you for nothing else, man. Read on.
The daughters of the Philistines, which are ashamed of thy lewd way.
They lewd way.
They lewd way.
And these other nations, they're ashamed of us, but the way that we just so whorish to them. Even they're ashamed of us. Right? These Chinese people, they look at us like, man, they're ashamed of how we could be completely oppressed and we still find a way to love them. Martin Luther King has been the detriment to us, man, since the 60s. Since the 60s. And you know what the Civil Rights Movement is about? The Civil Rights Movement was just black people that were scared to death of white folks. That's what it was. It was black people that were scared to death. And we thought that by giving them our money, giving them our resources, giving them our businesses, that we would be accepted. And we see 60 years later, nothing ever happened to our benefit. Read on.
Thou hast played the whore.
We have played the what?
Thou hast also played the whore.
Shaquille O'Neal is a what?
Thou hast played the whore.
Charles Barkley played the what?
The whore. The whore also with the Assyrians. Because thou was unsatiable.
And what? Insatiable.
Insatiable.
You know what insatiable means? We play the whore with these nations, and we can never get enough. We got a desire to be joined with these other nations, and it's insatiable. Meaning that we never get enough of trying to be with these other nations. No matter how many times we get kicked, no matter how many times we get punched, we just got an insatiable desire to be with these other nations and be included. Read on.
Yea, Thou hast played the harlot with them.
We have what?
Thou hast played the harlot with them. And yet couldst not be satisfied. Thou hast moreover multiplied thy fornication in the land of Canaan unto Chadala.
So what he's talking about is that we played the harlot wherever we've been. And now we here in America and we're still playing the whore. Still playing the whore. Read on.
And yet thou was not satisfied herewith. How weak is thine heart?
How what?
How weak is thine heart?
How weak is our heart, man? How weak have we become in America? How weak is our mind to keep trying to be accepted by these other nations? How weak can we be? You understand? How weak can we be? The Lord is saying, how weak is our heart, man? Read on.
How weak is thy heart, saith the Lord God, seeing thou doest all these things.
Seeing what?
Seeing thou doest all these things.
Right, seeing that we do all these things, man. How weak is our heart? The Lord is sitting back and watching us play the whore to everybody. And that's what they want Kyrie Irving to do. To play the whore. That's what they want Kanye West to do. Play the whore. Because that's what they always expected out of us. That's what they've always gotten out of us. And that's what they want Kyrie Irving to do. Do you this is what they tell Kyrie Irving? I mean, do you think that you could apologize? I mean, the man keeps saying that he wasn't trying to do anything. He didn't mean anything by a stinking documentary. But do you think that you could apologize? Maybe. I mean, come on. I mean, we just really need you to apologize. They just always want a black man to apologize. You know why? Because they look at us like children. They look at us like children, and he says something bad. And that's why. There is no such thing as black masculinity in America today, man, according to them. According to them, we can never be a true black man in America. You can only be a child. It gotta be upside down. Men gotta be boys, and women gotta be girls. That's the only way it works under white supremacy. All right, read on.
The work of an imperious, whorish woman.
You know what an imperious, whorish woman is? An imperious, whorish woman is a woman that think that she got respect, think that she got all that, but she's still a whore at the end of the day. And that's us. We think because we got money, Kanye West thought because he was a billionaire, he was good. But at the end of the day, the white man showed him that you ain't nothing but a whore. They showed Kyrie Irving, you ain't nothing but a whore to America, man. To the so-called Jewish man that owns all these, organizations and own all these buildings and own all this media. Kanye West, he was all over the place, but he was right. Black people are the real Jews. And the sooner that everybody figures that out, the better. And you know what? These other nations don't even realize that us being in power is their salvation. They don't even understand that. Read on.
Verse 31. In that thou buildest thine eminent place in the head of every way.
You know what the eminent place is? That's like our self-respect. That's the thing that makes us get puffed up, and we put it at the head of all the streets, man. We in the way of everybody. We think just because we got money and we got a doctorate degree or you got a master's degree, somehow you feel that means that you are something and you're not a whore. But at the end of the day, that's what the Bible is saying that we are. Let's read on.
And thou buildest thy eminent place in the head of every way, and makest thy high place in every street, and has not been as an harlot, and thou scornest higher.
Right, so read that one more time. Let me break that down for y'all.
Ezekiel chapter 16 and verse 31. In that thou buildest thine eminent place in the head of every way. Right,
so we think that we're built up. We think that we got all this prestige, right? And we build it in every way. Right, we build it all over the place. We just like a whore that's everywhere, right? And we think that we got something. Read on.
And making us thy high place in every street. And has not been as an harlot.
And we haven't even been as a harlot. Read on.
and now scoring is higher.
Y'all know what that means, to scoring higher? Meaning that we play the whore in America, and we don't even want to get paid to be a whore. At least if you're going to be a whore, you should get paid for it. That's what the Bible is literally saying. That if you're a hoe, you should at least be paid for being a hoe. We whores in America, and we don't even get paid for it. We're scoring at higher. We don't even want to get paid for it. Read on.
But as a wife that committeth adultery, which taketh strangers instead of her own husband.
Right, so we like a woman who takes strangers instead of her own husband. And these other nations, they look at us like that, man. And I'm just bringing out the scriptures to show y'all, man, how the Lord is equating the way that our behavior in America, our behavior around the world, as the behavior of a hoe, man. A whore that has sex on her husband. Read on.
Verse 33, they give gifts to all whores.
They what?
They give gifts to all whores. But thou givest thy gifts to all thy lovers.
Right, so hoes get money, and guess what we do? We give our gifts up to everybody else. It ain't about the money with us. You know what it is? It's about the love and the love. That's all we give away our resources so that we can get accepted by these other nations. I bet a lot of black people who say that all we gotta do is put our money together, I bet they eating their words right now.
Right.
America shows you that your money means nothing. In a place where Kanye West was a billionaire, they still cut him down. Still cut him down. Because they show you in America, you ain't got no power in America.
That's right.
The black woman ain't got no power in America. And the only power a black man can have in America is wearing high-heeled pumps. You gotta be part of the LGBTQ if you want to get somewhere. The LGBTQ is the detriment to black people, man.
Right.
You can't win a war if everybody's a homosexual.
Right.
Right.
And that's what the oppressor, he didn't win World War I by being in the LGBT. The white man didn't win World War II by being in the LGBT. He won the war through masculinity, through bombs and killing. That's how he won.
Right.
He didn't win with high heels on the front line. This is the problem with our people, man. We gotta break out of it. Break out of the brainwashing that's been put on you. You got a smartphone you done paid $1,000 for and don't look nothing up.
Right.
Got a smartphone and only thing you do on it is the latest dance challenge. Look something up. Go to the library. It's not illegal. You get my point? The Lord said that we play the whore to these other nations. We play the whore to these other nations. Read on.
And hirest them.
Go ahead.
That they may come unto thee on every side for thy whoredom. Verse 34. And the contrary is in thee. Right, the contrary is in thee. You know what the contrary is? The contrary is, if you're going to be a whore, you should get paid for it, but we go the opposite way. And the other hoes that's out there, they don't want to follow us as our whore.
Right.
They don't want to follow us because that's not the way to be a hoe.
Right.
The hoe is a give and take. And you know, and because we don't have no give and take with it, we just decide to be the hoe. And don't reap any of the benefits of being a whore. Read on.
For other women in thy whoredoms, whereas none followeth thee to commit of whoredoms.
Right, so the other hoes, they don't even follow us because the way we doing it, we ain't even being a whore right. Look, the Bible is real. The Bible just broke down how the so-called black community has been a whore to these other nations.
That's right.
Literally. Let me get Revelations 2 and 9. I think we got enough right there. Let me get Revelations 2 and 9. This is where Kanye West should have went. This is where he should have went. Hey, get that brother a flyer, man. You ain't gonna be walking around these streets forever, man. You got it? Revelations 2 and 9. You got it, warrior.
Revelations chapter 2 and verse 9. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
Because even in our poverty, we're still rich. You know why? Because we still own the earth. The earth is still ours. The Lord still gave us the earth. You understand? Even in our poverty, we're still rich. Read on.
And I know the blasphemy.
The what?
And I know the blasphemy of them that which are Jews.
That which say, what's what?
Of them that which say they are Jews. And are not.
And what?
And are not. But are the synagogue of Satan.
Yeah, that's what it is. Let me tell y'all something about the so-called J-Man. The so-called J-Man is the chief house of Satan on the earth. He's the chief house of Satan on the earth.
Right.
You got white folks, and then you got them over top of white folks. And that's what it is. Black people are the real Jews, man.
Right.
And these other nations don't understand that y'all's salvation will come when we rule over everybody. Then you won't have to worry about, you know, the government take, well, matter of fact, yeah, we're going to take all your money too. We're taking all them taxes. You're going to give it all up. Our city going to be open all day. And you're going to set it out. And we got to learn, man, in 2022 so that we don't go into 2023 with the same mindset that we went into this year with. Everything that and then they're going to tell you to vote again. Everything that we do is counterproductive. Everything that black people do in America is counterproductive. Telling us to vote. How are we going to vote like our vote matters, but not like, I really don't get.
Nowadays I work hard on the job till I come cross y'all. Still like I'm a criminal. Crime and get caught, it could be your first charge. Like, man, you ain't getting the minimum. It gon' dip, squat, 5-mile run. Push, pull, sit on, goddamn, strong. Looking at my baby, trying to keep them doing wrong. It's too long before they grown. I can't leave them on their own. They killed Daddy like he had a 30-day case. The news covering up the story for what they say. It took me back to the time we lost Otis. These crackers, they gon' tell you something bogus. And I'm thinking like, damn, what you telling kids? We try to put up a fight, but did we fail the kids? Cause they really got us looking like no damn good. And why success got to cost my manhood?